Hi guys, this is Namcraft and welcome back to this is a Starcraft English commentary. You're going to be watching ASL Season 18, aka ASL Season 1 English commentary. This is going to be round of 24 Group B matches, and it's going to be the loser set played between two Terran players, Ssak and Scan. Scan, in his first ever appearance in ASL, was butchered. He was slapped in the face by a very strong player. Wow. Apparently I cannot say anything when I see that, so I'm just not gonna say anything anymore. Let's talk about Ssak and Scan now. So Ssak is the regular appearance person in ASL, I think. Scan his first time, or maybe his first time, I don't know. But anyways, he's making big news. He's making big headlines by appearing in ASL, so that's good for him. Everyone loves Scan because he's the only Korean pro gamer with decent English levels. And all that for good reason. He studied in the United States, and he has collaborated with other famous casters and players, in online English speaking tournaments. I think he's a friend with Artosis, right? Something like that. Of course, Artosis is friends with everybody. Like some people say, how can you not love Artosis? He's such a cool guy. Alright, what do we have going on here? Looks like the two players going to be spawning top left and bottom right, blue versus brown. The map is once again Deja Vu. I'm not so sure if this map was picked actually on purpose by these two players, or it's actually the chosen map for the winners and losers set. I don't think it's the chosen map. I think the players have the right to ban and veto out some maps, so I think that's what happened. Alright, anyway, so TVT is the matchup that Scan excelled at. This is the matchup that got him here in the first place. He defeated Mong, I think 2-1. So he's very strong at TBT, and I want to just quickly check what kind of information we have in terms of TBT win rates for these two players. So first of all, let me just quickly show you. These are the ELO scores of the players today. Ssak 12-11 and Scan 11-87. And win rates for TBT, Ssak has played 3 games in the last 30 days and he's won all 3. Scan has played 9 games and he's won 6. So that's basically where we stand. Of course, it kind of depends on who you play, right? If you play against noobs and you win, it's kind of normal. If you play against good players and you win, it's something else. Anyways, looks like SV is going to be meeting each other in the center. Looks like we have a diversion of build now. Scan is going to expand, and I like it. I like it from Scan because he's very far from his opponent, Ssak, and Ssak has not scouted early. He's gone for kind of late scout. And let's see if Scan is gonna do something and adjust his build when the SCP gets on high ground. He sees what? He sees a single Marine. And he's gonna back up. The barracks already started to float it. So if I was Scan, I would stop making that second Marine. But he's making that second Marine. He sees the floating barracks. Stop making the second Marine and just use that money to go very, very quickly into factory. Of course, you need to wait for the gas. So maybe you need to make the second Marine anyways, because you're still waiting for the gas to actually kick in, and you need double Marine to snipe the scouting SCV. It looks like he's not able to stop the SCV from scouting, and that's kind of unfortunate. It would have been a lot better if his SCV was actually, his Marine was on the high ground or something to stop the SCV from going through, but he's going to be facing a full scout here. And what is going to be Sack's response? He's going to be going for just a single SV on gas. He's going to take his own expansion, and Vulture first is going to build that Ssak goes for. Looks like, oh my god, Scan, are you a noob? You allowed your enemy's SV to still be alive. He's oh my god, what's happening? He's letting that SV live because he's fearing a Vulture run by. Right? Or unless I'm missing something else, because he's forgotten about his enemy scouting SCV. And now the Vulture's gonna arrive. Of course, we do have something in the front. It's gonna be a single bunker and a single barrack, so that's fine. It's like this Vulture's not gonna risk it. And Ssak is gonna be just playing normal here. We're gonna be seeing a second factory coming down. Looks like double. What is that? Triple factory? Okay, triple factory means Vulture War. Means that Scan's gonna be making a lot of Vulture with speed and mines, and he's gonna be trying to flood his enemy. Now retro, this map, as you can see here at the bottom of the screen, there's a lot of open areas, I guess. So you can't kind of what does that mean? It means that there's no kind of positional advantage, because it's unlike Dominator, where you can kind of like have a high ground and have some vision advantage and miss shot advantage on that high ground. This is just a big plain open field. You know what? And vultures we have to go to. Of course, laying mines in various locations for vision would be nice. And this is exactly what Ssak goes for. His command center was a little bit later, so his tech and his army is a little bit faster. He's gonna be able to have slight map control here, which is nice. Starport, I was not pented down, but Starport is what Ssak is gonna be going for. He's gonna be trying to look forward for a drop. This vulture is venturing way too far. What is he doing? Scan trying to take a couple of hits, but he's gonna have to return now. I guess he wanna make sure that his enemies vultures take some damages, because if they take damage, then Ssak will be faced with the choice of returning them for repair or keeping them out here in the middle of the map, and that's gonna disadvantage him in the upcoming battle. So he tried to do that, but misclick from him. 4 vultures from Ssak, and he's waiting to do a doom drop. Not really a doom drop, but at this early stage of the game is as good as a doom drop, because if those vultures can net something like 5 or 6 SCV kill, that's already paid for the price of those vultures. Looks like we're gonna be having 6 vultures, 7 vultures from Ssak. And we do have some counter vultures from Scan, so things are not looking so bad for Scan. But that starport is gonna be the deciding factor here. It's gonna make or break this game. It looks like speed vultures done on both sides. It is gonna be Scan who comes up, but completely vision control by Ssak. He sees exactly what his enemy is doing, and he's gonna snipe and a single vulture first. That vulture dies. That's slightly unfortunate. Scan though, because he's got a faster economy, he's gonna have more vultures. You can see the supply difference. Scan with 68 and Ssak only 62. But that shadow, that dropship has finally been produced. So we're gonna be having some diversion here. Of course, Scan doesn't have any vision whatsoever of any areas outside. He has not laid any mines anywhere. Maybe if mine is not even done. He's going to be going up with a 5 factory built here, which is nice. The shadow, the dropship, excuse me, is going to start to move towards the 6 o'clock position. There's 4 vultures waiting for it already. And Scan's going to be facing with a double drop. 1 vulture is going to get late in the expansion, and maybe 3 is going to go inside the main. And his vultures are out of position. He's got nothing to stop this. But very, very lucky he doesn't have. I mean, his vulture doesn't trigger mine. So if his enemy lays some mines in the main, it's going to be just fine. Anyways, looks like Scan's going to be looking forward to do a frontal attack. If we can actually, execute this attack before the drop start, he might be able to do some kind of damage. But the drop's going to commence now. What is Scan's move? He's running around. He's looking. He's going to start to lay some mines. Looks like the drop has commenced. And what is going to be the reaction? I wanted to take a look at Scan's reaction. He sees the drop now. He's going to be facing a drop. What is he doing? He's still out in the middle of the map doing nothing. He's going to be finally going for the attack now. He's got something there to block. I don't know. In the main, he's got some vultures attacking, which is going to be fine. We're going to be having mines laying again. Oh my god. What is this sieging position from Ssak? Terrible sieging position. The mine's gonna explode, I think. No, looks like all of the mines were cleared out. And if this battle is won by Ssak, he's gonna be clear for the win here. But we're gonna be having a single mine explosion. 1 tank down, 2 tank down. Possibly the mine's gonna start to lay out, and he's gonna attack the other tank. And exactly 3 tanks lost for the price of a couple of vultures. So this battle was won nicely by Scan. And he cleared out the drop in the main. Scan is still with a 6 supply advantage. So that trade went really well for Scan. He traded minerals only units such as vultures for tanks, which are gas intensive units, and that really played really well, good for him. I mean, let's see what is going to be the next move from both of these players. Sask's going to be having more tanks, and Scan, he's gonna finally make his own version of tank. For the time being, he's going for purely vulture, but he's gonna make he made 2 more add-on for his factory, so he will have some tanks of his own here. 5 fact versus 4 fact. And I want to see the kind of upgrade situation for these players, but we don't see it yet. I don't think either players have gone for armory. Looks like Scan's going to have the high ground advantage. He's going to try to go through. No, he sees 3 tanks. He's going to back up. And I would just say that he's slightly fearful that it actually might be good for him to actually go in and engage anyways, but he's able to take an expansion of his own. Wow, I like it. I want Scan to advance, but on the other hand, if Scan advances to the final set, he's going to get thrashed. He's going to get thrashed by Mini for sure, because he's not the level of play that he can actually play against Mini. And let's just quickly check the per Protoss win rates for these 2 players. So for Ssak, his win rate versus Protoss is only 20% in the last 30 days, 5 games he's played, and he's won only 1. And Scan, he's won about, 25 out of 50 games, right? So he's won quite a number of games. Of course, what kind of players has he been playing against? That's another entirely different question. Anyways, looks like Sack's going to try to drop. What is it? He kind of have a misclick there. 3 vultures inside. We do have a tank siege already, so there's no damage done. A single Goliath pops out. Starport being produced by Scan. More tanks getting, coming out, so this drop will not be able to do that much damage. And finally, Ssak is going to be able to take his 3rd base, or maybe getting ready to take his 1st base. This drop is going to land here, but we already have a tank siege up, and this is beautifully played by Scan. That drop will have to go somewhere else. Tank sieging in the middle of the map, and Scan is retreating. Very good from him. We do have a raid though to provide vision and to burn down that factory, or that barracks rather, which is nice. Anyways, the drop is going to return it. We're going to be having 4 tanks coming from the right side from Scan. On the left side, we do have some tanks already from Ssak. I really like these kind of natural barricade, you know, the minerals and the ridge here, which kind of provides a little bit of complexity to the gameplays of these players. Anyways, looks like the command center is going to land here for Ssak, and Scan has already finished building his command center, but he needs to clear the vultures from that 3rd base to begin mining from it. Looks like the floating command center has been destroyed now. Anyways, this base is gonna finally take hold, which is nice. We're at the 10-minute and 30-second of the game. Scan is no longer in the lead, in clear lead in terms of supply. He's got only 3 supply, more than his enemy. So I'm gonna take this chance to read some advertising. Please take a look at the video description for some nice information. Every single game that I've casted, there's a lot of links for you to check. You can take a look at the video description. There's gonna be a link to the next game in the sequence, the previous game in the sequence, the overall playlist for that tournament. For example, ASL S18, I have an entire playlist dedicated to that. So just cycle through the videos to not get spoiled. If you are here to make a comment about who wins the game, please type spoiler and enter 3 times, not 2 times. 2 times is not enough. You need to type enter 3 times so that the rest of your comment is hidden. Only the word spoiler remains, which is gonna be a nice courtesy act for you to kind of keep the game spoiler free. If you are watching this game on headphones, you might enjoy the dual channel experience. One side will have more Korean, the other side will have a little bit more English. That is by design. If you don't like that, let me know, and I'm just gonna maybe just take that into consideration. What else you want to do here? If you have a Facebook account, please add friends with me in case this channel gets deleted in the future by the police. And if you have a Telegram account, by the way, Telegram CEO has been captured by the French police recently. Very, very ironic that police is what is capturing the, Mr. Dudov or Dusov, or Dusov is his name, yeah, the CEO. He was captured, and actually I'm very touched by that news because I use Telegram a lot and I love that app for its privacy, for its ability to not get meddled in with the, by the various governments. But there's a lot of news about how the US government is gonna try to juice out any kind of data they can from Telegram because it contains information about Ukrainian. Of course, Ukrainian they don't care about, but it contains information about Russian army movements because the entire Russian government and military uses Telegram to coordinate the battle plans. So if Telegram goes down, or at least is controlled by the US, and Western forces, then Russia is going to be surely on the losing side in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. By the way, I mean, this is a heated topic, so I don't want to raise any kind of discussions here. I'm not for or against anybody, but I'm clearly not for people who kind of say, you suck just because you support one side and not the other. I'm kind of, open. I'm like Elon Musk. I think that everyone is entitled to say whatever the heck they want, as long as they don't do anything illegal, right? And there's some things that have different viewpoints. And the Russo-Ukrainian conflict is one of those things. You think that you're correct, but if you put yourself in the shoes of the other person, you might see a different point of view. So I just don't like to have war by any side at all. So that's just my reality because my country has faced a lot of war in the past already. So we know the value of peace, and sometimes we chicken out, and sometimes we kind of give in to the demands of our big bad brother, if you know who I'm talking about. And sometimes that pisses off the citizens, but sometimes I think that is necessary because if you fight head-on against a big country like that, you're sure going to be losing. So sometimes the Vietnamese, politicians, they kind of play a chicken game, and actually the people actually don't understand the kind of gravity of the situation, and they just kind of criticize the government. Oh my God, you give that island to the Chinese, blah blah blah. But they don't understand. Islands don't mean anything. What matters is people. Because people drive economic development, people drive creation. Oh my God, raid sniping, his enemy's raid and Scan is in serious trouble. This is why Ssak is a freaking TVT master, and those raids are gonna wreck the main now. So many SCDs gonna be falling. Scan still ahead a little bit, but he will need to start to make some Goliaths now. He's making advances on the ground, but he's losing some forces in the air battles here. Anyways, we are at the 40-minute mark of the game, and Ssak is on 4 bases, or soon to be 5, and looks like Scan is on 5 bases as well, or maybe soon to be 5. He's cleared a lot of the forces, and he's gonna try to gain this area here. 3 clumped up tank, but he's gonna be able to fire some shots before Scan does. But it looks like Scan takes out all of the remaining tanks from Ssak, so that's good. Both the players are just eye for eye, teeth for teeth, nail for nail, finger for finger, and we're gonna be having what now? Turrets need to get set up. So few SUVs remaining for Scan. He's got a lot of side differences, but all of the side is in units. It's not in actually in SCVs. He's got very few SCVs, and Rays are gonna try to go out here for something. But at least now we have Scan. Oh my God! Come on, get your act together, Scan. Exactly. Your name says Scan. You need to use it. Scan 340 APM and Ssak only 280, but it feels like Scan is a player who's got worse APM. Anyways, a single race is going to destroy this, and the race is going to return to take care of all of these tanks. Very, very juicy targets, money for free. Where the Goliaths, I don't see them. So this position that was, dearly fought by Scan, he was just given up very, very easily by the raids here. The game is still raging on, and now it's gonna be Ssak who's got a 10 supply difference here. Sak's got 5 bases. Scan is gonna finally make his 5th base. The Valkyrie is gonna try to snipe. He's gonna be able to fight those raids, and all of them die. Very, very good spread of raid though from Ssak, but he's gonna be losing. No, he wins. He still prevails at the last minute. The last of the Valkyries is going to fall. We still have 3 turns remaining. I think it's going to be better for Scan to give up the fight in the air and just concentrate on the Goliaths, I think. Anyway, it's going to be having forces moving across, and this is a suicidal move from Scan to, hurl his head against a wall like this. High ground advantage from Ssak, and so many forces have been bleeded from Scan, and we can see that Scan is losing his advantage slowly. He's going to be able to actually shove from this other side, which is okay, but very, very good timely scans from Ssak, ironically, to actually clear out those tank line, and the map is still again just split half here. We might be in here for a 1 hour game, guys. So if you're you need to go to the bathroom or grab some burgers or actually talk to your girlfriend, please go ahead and do so, because this game is possibly not gonna end soon. I think Scan is kind of in the losing side here. He's kind of behind by about 10, 20, sometimes 30 supplies, but it don't count it out, because in a late game scenario, what matters is dropship. What matters is dropship. I've said it several times, and many of you don't believe me and don't have the same opinion as me. But I think what matters is not upgrades, even though we still care about upgrades, because now we have +2 upgrades for Ssak and for Scan. So we'll check that momentarily. But what matters is the maneuverment of the dropship, and we're seeing some dropship maneuverment here from Scan. He's made double dropship. This is the reason why these raids are actually hanging out here waiting. And looks like Ssak is gonna make some turrets, because he knows that the only way for Scan to win now is to use dropship, triple dropship, loading stuff up, and looks like we have counter dropship from Scan as well as Ssak. Now, ironically, what matters is gonna be Scan. I mean, the actual game spell. You need to scan and see where the raids are, where the turrets are, where your enemy's forces are. Anyways, we have double drop from both of the sides here. The top right corner is going to get completely wiped out. We're going to be having a single, Valkyrie getting side, and looks like this is going to be the game-ending move here for Scan. He lost so much force. He's going to be able to siege here, but he's going to be losing 2 bases on this other side of the map. And Scan, wow, he just not ASL caliber kind of player. He's going to be able to take some shots with the raids. It's going to just completely pick his tanks apart. He's going to try to reinforce from the low ground, but he's not sieging. He sieges very slowly, and he's going to be losing both bases at the same time. Max out supply almost. Now we have like fully maxed out from Ssak. 3,200 minerals, and Scan with only 900 minerals and 70 supply deficit. And legitimately, we're going to congratulate Ssak for taking a ticket in the final set. And Scan, he's fought well. Congratulations, and we'll hope to see more of him in the upcoming battles, but it's going to be Ssak versus Mini in the final set. And I look forward to that, because Mini is good, but Ssak can also pull up some upsets here. And if you have enjoyed this cast, feel free to support me for, I don't know, $2, $3, $5, anything works. You can join the YouTube subscription plans for some kind of customized emojis. I don't know if you care about that, but otherwise you can use your credit card or PayPal account or your Zelle account to send me some money via the link in the video description. This is going to be the final battle. If Scan loses his base, it's going to be down to just 2 mining bases. Of course, Ssak is just going to go out in glory here, and Scan want to actually fight until his last dying breath, but it's not enough. He's biting his fingers. Not really, he's biting his lips first, but he will soon be biting his fingers once he's typed GG. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye.